arrived to trail this morning. It's just about 8 o'clock and we're headed to the northern trailhead of the Sheltowee Trace. Well, hello there. It's 8:30 in the morning and Christy has driven me to the trailhead for the Sheltowee Trace. It's in the Daniel Boone National Forest, in natural bridges. There's a whole bunch of lovely stuff that goes through. It's about, what, 340 miles. And it should take me about 3 weeks to do. So I'm not going to see my wife for 3 weeks. Yeah, so it's 8:30 in the morning. Here we go, getting started, and it's 26 miles to the first town, but we're all set up and ready to go. So again, thanks to my lovely wife for supporting all of my crazy hiking activities. And we'll take you with us. Bye. Okay. 26.5 miles to Moorhead. And today is October 10th. It is crisp. It's in the 40s. There was a little frost last night, so it should be good sleeping. And probably challenging keeping the tent dry. All right, starting to get into the turtle blazes that the trail is famous for. Sheltowee, in the native language, was the name they gave to Daniel Boone. It either means big turtle, slow turtle, or something like that, depending on how you translate it. We should be seeing these from now on. So far, it's just been beautiful fall forest and gentle up and downs through the trees. Some low moss-covered areas, but a lot of hilltop tulip poplars, oaks, maples, and just beautiful forest. Right, it's just afternoon and we're a couple miles from the Clark farm where the water spigot is. So that sounds like a really good place to have lunch, and that's the plan. All right, this sign says we have come 10 miles since the northern terminus. Now we're getting ready to walk into Clark farm. See what's here. Looks like the trail continues that way. Oh, here comes a big estimate. Well, this looks like what the Clark farm has set up. Kind of nice. Little park here. Yeah, Clark Park. I'm gonna cook up some lunch here, and I understand they have a water spigot somewhere. Just had a great lunch stop here at Clark Farm Park and getting ready to head out the 7.2 miles to my target campsite for tonight. It's about 1:30 and Clark Farm Park, it's just amazing that they have this little park set aside for their family and friends, but because the Sheltowee Trace comes through here, they allow people to camp here, fill their water bottles, use the shelter. It's wonderful. Once again, generosity of people and the general goodness of people. Hiking long trails will impress you with this and remove a lot of the anxiety and unreasonable fear of other people, because they're always helping you. And it's just amazing. Thank you, Clark. Thank you, Clark's and Clark Farm, for the shelter and the water. After making the climb up out of Clark's Farm and the highway, we hit some of the only open ground we've seen the entire hike so far. It's beautiful up here. We've now spent some time walking along this dry creek bed, and it's pretty clear that somebody's done a lot of work shoring up the trail for flood season with logs, making sure it doesn't erode. Thank you for all your work, trail maintenance folks. Sure do appreciate it. All right, first suspension bridge. It's a swingy one, for sure. So, and of course it always happens on a mountain, but the red line on the Far Out app deviated significantly from the blazes for the Sheltowee, and then there were missing blazes. So I went up the hill, there were no more blazes, so I thought maybe I made a mistake because I'm way off the red line. So I went back down the hill. Nope, that's the way the blazes go. Back up the hill. Eventually ran into another blaze, and now we have this sign. So in theory, we are on the trail, but probably just added close to a mile of vertical stuff there. And that's how it goes. Sometimes the app ain't the trail. Okay, first road walk section. Crossing over I-64. Now a little forest road. Alright, so it's about 5 o'clock. And you said there's an unofficial campsite off this forest road. Right back in here. And it does look like a nice place. All right then, this will be it. Okay, it's 5:15 and the Serenity Shuttle has landed. Sheltowee Trace, mile 16.4. Probably did another mile more than that today because of the misdirection, but we're right here off the forest road. We're kind of backing away. Hopefully it won't be something that's in the headlights of anybody who comes by late at night. It is a Tuesday, so I don't expect a lot of partiers, and we'll hope for the best. So it was a beautiful day through the forest. Lots of ups and downs, not long sustained ones, but lots of them. Some of them steep, and followed some creek beds for a while that were dry, and then did some ridge running. So it's an interesting day. That leaves just under 10 miles tomorrow morning to get to Moorhead and do a resupply and get a meal. because the trail walks right down the main street, so should be lots of things available for me. It's nice and cool today. The highs are in the 60s. Tomorrow the same, and then we got a couple days in the high 70s, and then it's gonna possibly rain. So we will take it as it comes, and really good first day start though. Glad to be on this trail, and it's beautiful so far.